You ever notice those dudes, man? They're like lone wolves, operating on their own frequency. That's the Sigma male. They don't play by society's rules. They're not chasing the alpha status. They're forging their own path. In this video, we're diving deep into the Sigma male psyche. We're talking about their independence, their self-reliance, and why they seem to prefer their own company. We're about to break down the 10 core traits of a Sigma male. Let's get it on. First things first, Sigma males are independent as hell. They don't need anyone to validate them. They make their own decisions, and they answer to no one. It's like they have this internal compass, man. They know what they want, and they're not afraid to go get it, regardless of what anyone else thinks. This isn't about being rebellious, it's deeper than that. It's about being self-sufficient, about being able to stand on your own 2 feet and carve your own path. They're not afraid to be alone, in fact, they often prefer it. They'd rather be by themselves than surrounded by people who don't understand them. They use this alone time to recharge, to reflect, to focus on their goals. It makes you realize that you don't need a pack to survive. You can thrive on your own terms. Sigma males are the epitome of self-sufficiency. They've mastered the art of relying on themselves, and that's a superpower in today's world. Think about it, man. How many people do you know who can actually take care of themselves? Sigma males have this innate ability to figure things out. They're resourceful, they're adaptable, and they're not afraid to get their hands dirty. They're not looking for handouts or shortcuts. They're willing to put in the work to achieve their goals. And that's what makes them so damn attractive. They see challenges as opportunities for growth, as a way to test their limits and come out stronger on the other side. They don't need to brag or show off. Their actions speak for themselves. It's about owning your shit, man, and taking responsibility for your own life. Now let's talk about solitude, because this is where a lot of people get tripped up when it comes to Sigma males. They see this preference for being alone as a weakness, but it's actually a source of strength. Sigma males aren't afraid of their own thoughts. They're comfortable spending time alone, reflecting, and recharging. They don't need constant external validation or stimulation. Think of it like this. They're like introverts on steroids. They draw energy from being by themselves, from exploring their own minds and pursuing their own interests. This doesn't mean they're hermits or recluses, though. They can be incredibly social and engaging when they choose to be, but they're selective about who they let into their inner circle. They'd rather have a few deep, meaningful connections than a bunch of superficial ones. They're a breath of fresh air in a world that often feels suffocatingly conformist. One of the most defining characteristics of a Sigma male is their unshakable sense of self. They know who they are, they know what they believe in, and they're not easily swayed by outside pressure. It's like they have this internal compass that guides them, this inner voice that tells them what's right and what's wrong. They're not afraid to stand up for what they believe in, even if it means going against the grain. This strong sense of self comes from within. It's not something that can be taught or given. It's something that's cultivated through introspection and self-discovery. Sigma males are constantly questioning, exploring, and pushing their own boundaries. They're on a constant quest for knowledge and self-improvement. They're not content with mediocrity. They strive for excellence in all areas of their lives. They remind us that we all have the power to define ourselves, to create our own destinies. Let's be real, man. Sigma males don't give a damn about fitting in. In fact, they actively resist it. They see through the bullshit of societal expectations, and they refuse to be put in a box. They're not rebels without a cause. They just have their own internal compass that guides them. They're not afraid to question the status quo, to challenge authority, to forge their own path. This non-conformity isn't about being edgy or trying to get attention. It's about authenticity. It's about being true to themselves, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. They're not afraid to stand out from the crowd, to embrace their individuality. They'd rather be hated for who they are than loved for who they're not. This independent spirit is what makes them so damn attractive. It's refreshing, it's inspiring, it's a reminder that we don't have to conform to society's expectations. So, embrace your inner Sigma, man. Sigma males are driven by a deep-seated desire to achieve their goals. They have this laser-like focus that allows them to tune out distractions and hone in on what's important. They're not afraid of hard work, in fact, they thrive on it. They see challenges as opportunities for growth, and they're not satisfied with mediocrity. This focus isn't about being a workaholic or neglecting other areas of their lives. It's about prioritizing what's important to them and pursuing their passions with relentless determination. They're not afraid to make sacrifices, to put in the time and effort required to achieve their dreams. They understand that success doesn't happen overnight. It takes dedication, perseverance, and a willingness to learn from their mistakes. This unwavering focus is what sets them apart from the pack. While others are content with the status quo, Sigma males are constantly striving for more. They're driven by a deep sense of purpose, and they're not afraid to go after what they want. Chapter 7. Validation from within, the source of true confidence. One of the most liberating things about Sigma males is their lack of need for external validation. They're not looking for approval from others. They're not seeking likes on social media. They're not trying to impress anyone. They're comfortable in their own skin, they know their worth, and they don't need anyone else to tell them who they are. This inner confidence is magnetic. It draws people in, it commands respect. It's not about arrogance or ego, it's about self-assurance. It's about knowing that your worth comes from within, not from external factors like your job title, your possessions, or the opinions of others. This freedom from the need for validation allows Sigma males to live life on their own terms. They're not worried about what other people think. They're too busy pursuing their own passions and living their best lives. So ditch the need for external validation, man. Chapter 8. Critical Thinking, Seeing Through the Matrix. Sigma males are critical thinkers. They don't just accept things at face value, they question everything. They analyze information, they look for evidence, and they form their own opinions. They're not afraid to challenge the status quo, to question authority, to think for themselves. This independent thinking is essential in a world that's constantly trying to tell us what to think, what to believe, and how to live our lives. They're not easily swayed by propaganda, by emotional appeals, or by groupthink. They're able to see through the nonsense and get to the heart of the matter. This critical thinking isn't about being negative or cynical, it's about being discerning. It's about being able to separate fact from fiction, to think for yourself, to form your own conclusions. This ability to think critically is more important than ever in today's world. Chapter 9. The Art of Choosing. Why Sigmas are selective. Sigma males are notoriously selective about who they let into their inner circle. They're not interested in superficial relationships or small talk. They crave deep, meaningful connections with people who challenge them, inspire them, and make them better versions of themselves. They'd rather have a few close friends than 100 acquaintances. They're not afraid to be alone, in fact, they often prefer it. But when they do find someone they connect with, they're fiercely loyal and protective. This selectivity isn't about being snobbish or elitist, it's about valuing their time and energy. They know that life is short, and they'd rather spend it with people who bring out the best in them. This doesn't mean they're cold or unapproachable. They can be incredibly charming and engaging when they choose to be, but they're not going to waste their time on people who don't add value to their lives. Chapter 10. Unbreakable, the resilience of the Sigma. Sigma males are incredibly resilient. They've faced challenges, overcome obstacles, and emerged from the fire stronger than ever. They don't let setbacks define them, they use them as fuel to propel themselves forward. They possess this inner strength that allows them to weather any storm. They're not afraid of failure, they see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. They're not afraid to take risks, to step outside their comfort zone, to push themselves to their limits. This resilience isn't about being emotionless or stoic. It's about feeling the fear, the doubt, the uncertainty, and doing it anyway. It's about getting knocked down and having the courage to get back up, stronger and more determined than before. This mental toughness is a superpower in today's world. It allows them to navigate challenges with grace, to bounce back from adversity, to stay focused on their goals even when the going gets tough. Outro the Sigma within. So, there you have it, man. 10 reasons why Sigma males walk alone. They're independent, self-sufficient, and comfortable in their own skin. They're not afraid to be different, to challenge the status quo, to forge their own path. They're driven by a deep sense of purpose, and they're not afraid to go after what they want. If you resonate with these traits, embrace your inner Sigma man. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the awesome content we've got coming your way. Stay tuned, we've got a lot more mind-blowing content coming your way.